Imagine this scenario. You have spent months collecting data, cleaning variables, and building a robust econometric model. You've reviewed the literature, formulated a hypothesis, and finally, it's time to run your regression. You press enter, the output appears, and your heart sinks. The p-value for your main coefficient is 0.051. In the traditional publish or perish world, this is often seen as a failure, a non-significant result. But does a difference of 0.001 really mean your research is worthless? Today, we explore why the answer is a definitive no. To understand why we are obsessed with 0.05, we have to go back to 1925. Sir Ronald Fisher, one of the fathers of modern statistics, published Statistical Methods for Research Workers. In it, he suggested that a 1 in 20 chance, or 5%, was a convenient limit to judge whether a deviation should be considered significant. Fisher himself later noted that this was an arbitrary choice. He didn't intend for it to be a rigid wall, yet it became the golden rule of academia, creating what we now call the p-value culture. The first thing to realize is that a p-value of 0.051 and 0.049 are, for all practical purposes, identical. A p-value is a continuous measure of the evidence against the null hypothesis. There is no magical transformation in the data that happens when you cross the 0.05 threshold. When you see 0.051, you aren't looking at nothing, you are looking at marginal evidence. In fact, many journals now encourage reporting the exact p-value rather than just p greater than 0.05 to avoid this binary thinking. One of the most dangerous traps in econometrics is confusing statistical significance with economic significance. Statistical significance asks, is this effect likely due to chance? Economic significance asks, does this effect actually matter in the real world? A study with a massive sample size might find a p-value of 0.0001 for a policy that increases income by only 2 cents. That is statistically significant but economically irrelevant. Conversely, a p-value of 0.051 on a policy that increases GDP by 2% is highly relevant, even if it's marginally non-significant. Why might you get a p-value of 0.051? Often, it's a matter of statistical power. Power is the probability of correctly rejecting a null hypothesis that is false. If your sample size is small, or if your data is noisy, high variance, your standard errors will be larger, pushing your p-value up. Before throwing away your paper, perform a power analysis. If your study was underpowered, a 0.051 is actually a very strong hint that the effect exists, but you simply didn't have enough data to prove it under the 0.05 rule. Instead of obsessing over a single number, look at the confidence intervals, CI. A confidence interval gives you a range of plausible values for your effect. If your p-value is 0.051, your 95% confidence interval will just barely include 0. However, look at the bounds. Does the interval contain mostly positive, large effects? If the interval ranges from negative 0.01 to positive 5.0, the evidence leans heavily toward a positive effect. The CI provides the context that a single p-value hides. In 2016 and 2019, the American Statistical Association, ASA, issued landmark statements on p-values. Their message was clear. Scientific conclusions and business or policy decisions should not be based only on whether a p-value passes a specific threshold. They suggested moving toward the ATOM framework. Accept uncertainty, be thoughtful, be open, and be modest. If your p-value is 0.051, be transparent. Report it, explain the effect size, show the robustness of your model, and let the data tell its story. So what should you do when you see 0.051? First, don't p-hack. Don't go looking for variables to delete just to drop that number to 0.049. Second, check your robustness. Does the result hold with different controls? Third, focus your discussion on the magnitude of the coefficient and the confidence intervals. Acknowledge that while the result doesn't meet the arbitrary 5% threshold, it provides meaningful evidence for the hypothesis. Remember, science is about the weight of evidence, not a binary yes or no. References: Fisher, A.A., 1925, Statistical Methods for Research Workers. Wasserstein, R.L., and Lazar, N.A., 2016, The ASA Statement on P-Values. Ziliak, S.T., and McCloskey, D.N.A., 2008, The Cult of Statistical Significance. Gujarati, D.N.A., 2021, Essentials of Econometrics.